conquered the world. Then, he disappeared. The mysterious death of Genghis Khan.
Before empires rose, before kings wrote their names into history, there was only the endless Mongolian steppe. A silent land of wind, frost, and sky, untouched by the ambitions of men. Until one moment, when destiny struck the frozen earth. From the horizon of dust and sunrise, a rider appeared. His name would echo across continents, Temujin. A boy shaped by betrayal, exile, and the brutal laws of survival. In the chaos of tribal wars, he learned loyalty through blood. And he learned that fear could build power. Across the open steppe, the Mongol tribes gathered beneath the sky. And in that moment, they raised him high and named him Genghis Khan.
Long live the Khan! Charge forward for the horde!
Under his command, the thunder of hooves shook the earth itself. Arrows filled the sky like a black storm.
The gates are falling! Push forward! Attack!
Cities burned beneath the fury of the Mongol war machine. Walls, armies, kingdoms shattered like fragile stone. His empire spread across the ancient world like wildfire. From the heart of Asia to the very gates of Europe.
Guards are doing well today.
Under Mongol rule, caravans moved safely across the Silk Road. Yet behind every empire lies a shadow. Even the greatest conqueror cannot outrun time. And over the steppe, dark clouds began to gather. In the year 1227, Genghis Khan died. But with his death, something vanished from history. Those who knew the truth remained silent. No grave was ever found. No record revealed the truth. The greatest conqueror of the medieval world faded into legend. A life too vast for history to fully contain. Yet the wind of the steppe still whispers his story. The man who redrew the map of the world. And whose death erased his final trace from history. In the bitter winter of 1226, the great Khan began what would become his final campaign. Genghis Khan was nearly 65, an age few warriors of the steppe ever reached. Yet the conqueror still rode at the head of his armies. His target lay to the south, the Tangut Kingdom of Western Shah. Their rebellion had broken the fragile order of his empire.
Attack! Charge forward! Kill them all!
So the Mongol army advanced with relentless precision.
Keep cranking! Almost there! All men, clear
Outside
area.
the cities,
Prepare to
massive
fire.
siege engines rose against ancient walls. Soon, fire and iron rained down upon the Tangut strongholds. Stone gates shattered, and the defenses began to crumble. But within the Mongol camp, something had quietly changed.
The storm gathers. We must be ready.
The strength of the great Khan was beginning to fade.
Your pulse is weak.
Whispers of illness moved silently through the ranks.
You must rest, my lord.
Forward, men! Crush them!
Still, the army pressed forward, victory after victory. At night, the aging conqueror watched the burning cities in silence. Some later claimed he had fallen from a horse during a hunt. Others believed an assassin had reached the untouchable ruler. Or perhaps a hidden wound slowly claimed his life. Above the siege camp, dark storm clouds gathered. Then, in the midst of conquest, the inevitable arrived. The greatest conqueror of the age breathed his final breath. Outside, the war continued. The soldiers knew nothing. The generals kept the truth locked in silence. And the campaign marched on, without its emperor. The first theory points to illness. After decades of conquest, his body was no longer invincible. Campaigns pushed men beyond human limits. Thousands of miles across extreme climates. Water sources were often contaminated. Minor wounds could turn deadly. Medical knowledge was limited. Historical texts mention a sudden fever. The fever lasted for days.
As the pathogens multiply, the body initiates an immune response.
Infection may have spread internally.
The Khan must not find out.
The southern encampment is already restless.
His condition was kept strictly confidential.
Not yet.
Yet he refused to show weakness. Disease often spread quickly in crowded camps. Exhaustion weakens even the strongest immune system. Years of war leave invisible scars. Outside, the empire waited. And a silent illness may have claimed the greatest conqueror of his age. The second theory is far more sinister. It suggests assassination. A blade hidden in the dark.
You undermine my authority in front of the men.
I will not stand by while you lead us to
Some
ruin.
chronicles whisper of betrayal. One legend speaks of revenge. A sudden strike in the night. Chaos erupted inside the royal tent. The guards reacted too late.
We attack here at dawn. Mobilize the right flank immediately.
What followed was absolute secrecy. Official records revealed nothing. Internal rivalries were intense.
If we strike now, the city will fall by winter. We must be decisive.
Succession was never simple. Power invites enemies. The camp fell into controlled silence. News was delayed deliberately. His death was concealed during the campaign. If it was murder, it was masterfully hidden. And the truth may have been buried with him. The third theory is the simplest. A riding accident. The terrain was unpredictable. One misstep was enough. He was thrown from the saddle. The impact was severe. Even the strongest bones can break. Internal injuries are not always visible. He continued the campaign despite pain. A hidden fracture may have worsened. A broken rib can puncture a lung. Breathing became difficult. Medical treatment was limited. The army saw no sign of weakness. He endured the pain in silence. But internal bleeding can be fatal. Days later, his strength faded. A simple fall may have changed history forever.
Under the vast sky of his homeland, the body of Genghis Khan began its final journey across the endless steppe.
In 1227, the conqueror who reshaped the world finally died. But his final journey would be unlike any king in history. A secret funeral procession began across the vast Mongolian steppe. Only the most loyal warriors were allowed to accompany him. They carried their leader through the lands he once conquered. The journey was hidden from the world. According to legend, the escort numbered in the thousands. Their mission was absolute secrecy. Anyone who crossed their path
Your goods are forfeit. Unload the camel now. Please, mercy, we are just merchants.
was killed immediately.
Master! Do not let them escape! Clear the witnesses!
No one could be allowed to know where the Khan would rest. The caravan moved farther into the wilderness. Far from cities and roads. They searched for a place where no one would ever look. Finally, a remote valley was chosen. Here, the warriors began preparing the grave. The burial would be simple. No monuments. No temples. No marker to show where he lay. The greatest conqueror returned to the earth. The burial lasted only moments. But the secret had to be protected forever. The warriors began to erase the evidence. Horses were driven across the ground. Again and again they rode, until the soil looked untouched. Nature would finish the work. Grass would grow over the grave. And time would erase the memory. Centuries would pass.
Look at that view. We are almost there, just a few more miles until the river.
Many would search for his grave.
Marker here, it's identical to the one in the codex.
Which means the river crossing is further west than we thought.
Wait, look at the topography. It has to be the plateau.
Historians studied every clue. Expeditions searched the mountains. And the forests. And the endless steppe. But the grave was never found. The secret remained buried with him. 8 centuries later, the world still wonders where he lies. The man who conquered the world disappeared without a trace. At the time of his death, Genghis Khan ruled the largest land empire the world had ever seen. His empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the edges of Europe.
Forward! We are the storm!
Armies once rode across continents under his command.
Charge! Break their lines!
Their speed and discipline reshaped the balance of power across the world.
Keep the camels moving!
We must reach the oasis before the wind picks up.
But his legacy was not only war. Under Mongol rule, trade routes across Eurasia became safer than ever before.
It is good, but the price is too high. This silk is magnificent, but the price is steep.
Cultures, goods, and ideas traveled freely across the empire.
Be careful with this word. The meaning shifts if the diacritic is misplaced.
Knowledge moved between East and West. Historians would later call this era the Pax Mongolica.
And the pottery is exquisite. A very fair price for you. It is
A time when the world became more connected than ever before. Yet the man who built this empire left behind almost no personal trace. No palace survives. No confirmed portrait of him exists. Even his grave has never been found.
Look at this. The readings match the coordinates exactly.
The seismic data confirms a subsurface anomaly right here.
We found it. Set up the perimeter.
I've locked onto your position. Head toward that ridgeline now.
Roger that. Be right there.
For centuries, explorers have searched Mongolia for clues. Archaeologists have scanned the land from the ground, and even from space. Yet the secret remains hidden. Somewhere beneath these endless plains lies the resting place of the greatest conqueror in history. His empire changed the world forever. Borders shifted. Nations rose and fell. But the legend of Genghis Khan only grew stronger.
Charge! For glory!
Today, he remains one of the most powerful figures in human history. In Mongolia, his name is still honored. His legacy still shapes national identity.
Woohoo! Let's go!
The world remembers the conqueror. But history remembers something even stranger. The man who conquered the world vanished without a trace. No grave, no monument, only legend, and a mystery that still haunts history. The story of Genghis Khan does not end with his death. It continues in the shadow he left behind.
Thanks for watching.